Rise from the deep.
Call from the deep.
Call from the deep.
Collect call.
I was about to make that joke.
Haha. But before I let Patrick take it away, please check out the doobly-doo down below for our Extra Life link, as well as our sister show as a part of the Heroes Network a collective of shows.
Yes, the call is coming from within the deep. Welcome, everyone. My name is Patrick. I will be the dungeon master for this game. I will be putting the players in a variety of situations and laughing at their reactions. Joining me tonight are...
Hello, everyone. I'm Lorne. I'm playing Myth-Doris, the Gith Yankee War Wizard, who just managed to stare into the abyss and it didn't look back.
I am Brendan, and I'll be playing Old Silver, the Sea Elf Sea Captain, who went a little bit crazy, but only a little.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'll be playing Pavo, and we're going to teach this town to dance, gosh darn it. Even if Old Man Silver says we can't.
Everyone, I'm Tara, and I shall be playing Ishka, the Water Genasi Druid of the Coast. Pretty sure she lost her marbles a little while ago, but she thinks she has them back. Can't remember.
Hello, Nabil here. I'll be playing as Crabheap, a Warforged paladin. Oh my god, a paladin who took on the Oath of the Open Seas, and he's gonna put a bag of poop in front of Old Silver's door and ring the bell and run.
Hi everyone, my name's Chris. I am playing Montauk, Lord of the Summit, Goliath, Battlemaster Fighter, who's wondering if that guy who coughed up the eel last week is going to eat all of it.
I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Rue Belle Devereaux, Cleric of Umberlee, Pope, and the second Princess of Moraes.
And last session, the party arrived at the Purple Rocks with some stops along the way, including meeting your old ally, Captain Mags, who let you know the hot, juicy Neverwinter gossip. And you bought all the basic supplies you will have from here on out, which we will now be tracking. Looking at you, 35 bolts, Old Silver.
For some reason, my sheet said, whatchamacallit, 35 silk ropes.
Yeah, I saw that. Old Silver's got fetishes upon fetishes. Stopping on the Isle of Gunderland, you each had sort of a final night of drinking / fighting / performing before heading off to the purple-skied, constantly stormed, almost nearly entirely in winter season Isle of Utheral, the one island of the two that accepts visitors. And you were welcomed there as you claimed you needed to resupply your ship. Vilkstead, the capital sort of fishing village of this area, typically, a robust and bustling place, you found full of sort of gaunt figures with sallow skin and the pinks of their eyes showing underneath, and no fish in the fishing boats or on the docks when you arrived. And you were quickly escorted to meet the Sea King Frannis, and he welcomed you with a clammy handshake, and you were offered a place to stay in the village longhouse for as long as you needed to be here, as long as you promised not to leave the island or to leave town without supervision. You were then shown your lodgings, this old sort of mildewy longhouse that had a mixture of elder and younger men in it who were eating this sort of rancid fish stew. Scrapheap was kind of an asshole to one of the very hungry men, teasing him. He was an asshole, teasing him with food in exchange for information, but the person left sort of angrily on that. And Scrapheap also picked up bits and pieces of conversation because the language here is this horrendous sort of choking on water sound. And as he then went out and explored the town, he heard people sadly talking about a festival that is going to happen late in the night tonight that the elders are putting together. And the rest of you wandered around, and Old Silver bravely put his hand on a granite standing stone, of which there are several in the village that he had seen some of the townsfolk do. And he was enveloped by these terrifying hallucinations of tentacles and sort of inky black darkness. And these lasted for quite a few minutes, even after he let go. And while this happened, Nithdoris and Ishka went and visited an old temple. And inside, after scouting it out with Nithdoris's owl, they saw it was empty except for this massive 14-foot statue that had been covered in like a sailcloth. And when that was pulled aside, you saw that it was a humanoid figure that had been recarved. So it now had strange tentacles and other designs on it. And the vision of this stunned Ishka for a few minutes. And underneath, Nithdoris also saw a ruined body with a scroll tube that he took, and then sitting outside, ritually started to cast Detect Magic upon it, dragging the stunned Ishka with her. But unfortunately, the ooze that killed that person also followed and attacked Ishka while she was still stunned. They both managed to sort of fight and escape from its grasp as it slithered back. And Nithdoris found that rather than having a scroll, he had in fact found what appears to be a drawing of what appears to be some sort of ancient gates. The other thing that is happening this time as he is walking the now conscious Ishka back into the village, proper and telepathically communicating with the rest of the group what is going on. Pavo, you flew out over the black sand beach. And you caught a lot of the fishing boats coming back into shore, empty nets, sort of sagging, and it was all a lot of sort of long faces. And, although this beach is picturesque, the unceasing sound of this odd tide pulling at the shore, just it rests uneasily in your ears, and you're not even sure why. But one of the fishing boats you see coming in and grounding itself, you see the Rocklanders disembark from it, piling, or dumping a pile of sort of empty nets on the ground. But then 3 of them you see grab the corpse of a dolphin out of the boat, while a couple of others here on the beach start a small driftwood fire. And with shocking sort of efficiency, these fishermen gut the dolphin, throwing its viscera on the flames, which produces this sort of sour, acrid smoke, and then make quick work of butchering this dolphin before sort of carrying it back into the village itself.
Well, so they have food for tonight, or at least some people have food for tonight.
Yes.
Oof.
Give me a nature check, though, being an island person yourself.
Well, what I meant is Chult is actually a peninsula.
All right. Dolphin meat is not good eating meat. And you actually recognize this clearly as they must be doing this so as a last resort. This is not something that a fisherman would typically want.
And the guts in the fire?
Guts in the fire.
Normal?
Yeah, I mean that's it's normal-ish, but this sour, acrid smoke that's coming off it, there's something unnatural about that. Like, whether this is done as some sort of, generic sort of thanks or sacrifice, it's just this awful, awful smelling, sort of burning smell that's coming out. So the dolphin itself might not have been well.
All right. So when we get back, I will let everyone know that. But specifically, Ishka, have you ever heard of a dolphin with guts that are like really bad? Like, and I'll explain the smell.
Have I made it back yet?
Yeah,
All right.
I'll say at this point, you guys have all made it back.
I mean,
Just
technically,
outside sort of your longhouse area.
we would still have mental telecommunications right now.
True.
Oh, is it less than an hour?
Yep.
Well,
So yeah, I mean that's like you heard Nithdoris tell you what happened with he and Ishka, and so Pavel, you'd be able to sort of telepathically send this
Oh,
back
yeah.
and forth from the beach as well.
That
Yeah,
be a
so I'll
nature or a medicine check to figure that out?
Nature check.
Soon as my page loads. Ba 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 da ba ba.
Yeah, you would recognize this is probably, there's something either wrong with the water or something poisoned or something like that for a creature typically of a dolphin state to react that way.
I will relay this. Dolphins as a typical kind of thing? No, unless there's something wrong with them or the water itself.
We should
Well,
leave
something's
soon.
wrong with them or the water itself.
With what's happening with the people, I would suspect the water as well.
I mean, is the water a different shade of color? Does it taste weird? I don't know.
I don't want to taste it. You taste it.
I
I'm not
can't.
tasting that.
I
Fuck.
can't
You
taste
breathe
anything.
it. Wait,
The
can't you
water?
guys talk to fish?
We can, but there don't seem to be any fish.
Just yell real loud.
Wait, why am I thinking like I talk?
Because that's your voice, right? Why
No,
do
we're
you?
thinking.
Inner monologue is weird.
Like if we're communicating telepathically, I don't think old Silver sounds like that when he's thinking.
Silver is an old man in and out.
I don't know. I figured his inner monologue would sound like Antonio Banderas.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Let me redo that. Silver is a old man in and out.
Why does
Beautiful.
How have you
Did-
not used that for a character voice yet, Chris?
I have no idea yet, but soon it shall happen.
Did we notice anything off about the water as we were coming in?
Not especially. You mean the entire area around the Purple Rocks is always just this dark skied, stormy space. So you didn't pay any particular attention to the water itself. But, you rode in on a jolly boat and, the water is dark and cold like northern water is, but it didn't smell or seem off to you in that way.
So I'm thinking it's something wrong with the water if it's affecting the sea life to this point, like to the point where it's like, hey, we are going to burn their insides to get rid of them for whatever reason, and it's going to stank. But it's probably not a natural, quote unquote, not a natural phenomenon that's happening in the water at this point. It's got to be magic or the gods. It's got to be I want to say Deep Shalaces, but I know it's wrong. Oh my god, what's his name?
Perhaps whatever's messing with Slarkathel is having an
That's
effect on the local ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Where shall we go from here, though? This
Ah,
town is unnatural.
It is. We
should
should
not
slip
be
away
stated.
tonight.
We should send the boat away.
Agreed. I'd say
Mhm.
we slip into the water from the boat and have Famamu and them sail.
What direction? East of here?
East, yeah, would take you back to Gunderland.
Yeah, have them sail east and pick a rendezvous point somewhere not visible from the coast.
Do you know of any good rendezvous points?
I don't sail around here very often, but perhaps just far enough away to not be visible. We have Parvo. It shouldn't be too hard to find them.
Mm-hmm.
You could also send them northwest over to Turin, which is about either way. It's the same distance basically. So there are areas they can go to.
Is the location of Slarkathel known?
I know where the Illithids were as we were coming to shore, but not Slarkathel per se. I'm not sure. I could try scrying on him, but I'm not sure it would work.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. He can get into your mind that way. You saw what happened to Abilene.
I could do an augury if, I don't know, something. I don't know if that helps. It doesn't exactly
We
require...
do have locate creature. I'm not sure if that would work.
Well, we're operating under the assumption that it's still a kraken, right?
Yes.
Yes, but I don't know. Do you think that an illicit worm could take over a kraken?
If memory serves, we've seen them take over non-humanoid creatures before, like fish. So I would say it's possible. I don't know if it's probable, but it's possible.
Perhaps there are ruins near here. Something underwater. Perhaps the people of this village know.
I doubt they'll... Go ahead. Sorry.
Were you like saying you can locate creature?
Yes, I can locate creatures.
1,000 feet, though.
Yep. And it does use up a spell slot. I'm not sure if this is ritual or not. I have to look.
No. But we need to be within 1,000 feet of it. That's fairly close. That's well under a mile.
Hmm.
Also, I don't know if currents would count as running water.
Okay, so here's where Chris writing copious amounts of notes pays off. In my notes, when we did Ichthys's ship, there was a mention. I went looking for just any mention of the Purple Rocks. There is a mention of a ancient sea elven city around the Purple Rocks. And I believe the name was Askarl. We have absolutely no idea what's in this city, but if I had to guess, that might be where we might find our squid.
Would I know where that
the,
is?
The Asphilid and the Askarl?
Yes.
You do not know where Askarl is. The Sea Elves know of it. Specifically, Sea Elves do not know where it is, though.
But it's probably pretty cold, so you're going to want to bring an ascot. No, nothing. Okay, cool.
No, it was good.
Yeah, we got it.
Thank you. I'm sick. Leave me alone.
So with that, dinner time comes. You are all offered a small bowl of a type of sort of fish stew, more of a very thin, almost gruel that you can see people are line up and take their time eating, savoring sort of every bite. And you realize this is basically the first real food you've seen people eat since you've arrived here. And it might be this seems like it is their daily meal.
Well, we probably shouldn't eat it. Or is this an Indiana Jones situation?
They are very welcoming and yes, it very, graciously offering you as guests food.
Montauk is going to be the first one to take a bite of this stuff.
Yeah, if he doesn't die, then I guess so.
I mean, Scrap, he was preparing his lay on hands just in case.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing unhealthy or poisonous about it. It is tough sort of pieces of sort of fish and eel that you can pull out, and then whatever else they're using to sort of thin out. It's almost flavorless.
All right. Montauk takes a bite, looks down at the bowl, just downs the entire rest of the bowl, puts it down, and goes, "It's good. It's fine."
Old Silver pulls out kind of subtly a small vial and quickly downs it, and then drinks.
What did you drink?
Anti-venom.
Antitoxin.
Oh,
Yeah. You find the same thing. You find a couple of sort of tough chunks of meat. You find a sort of small bone, but the broth itself has been, watered down to the point of near flavorlessness. But you recognize it as a fairly traditional fish-style stew that you've had many a times on your journeys, just not a very good version of it.
I will slowly consume mine, as I assume most of the people here are, to make it last longer and thus potentially become more filling.
All right. Yeah, and you see a couple of people taking bowls inside of houses. So again, you still see no children. You see a couple of women sort of peeking out of curtains every once in a while, Ishka, but none of them sort of join or do anything like that. And at the end, they sort of collect your bowls and communally wash everything off, and most people then just continue sort of going about their business, sort of repairing nets. A few people start smoking, but there's just sort of a general air of desultoriness. There's no festivity, there's no sort of celebration. You don't hear the sounds of music or like children playing or anything here. It's just the wind and then this weird sound of just the continual waves crashing against the rocks.
Well done. Let's retire early and get this done with.
yeah, my thoughts exactly. I don't like the look of this place at all.
I would suggest that we have a watch.
Yeah, that sounds smart.
Agreed.
That sounds smart. Smart. Blech.
Yes,
24-hour watch available right here.
Well, we're going to. What time is it now?
Now it's about 7:00 in the evening.
So yeah, if we retire now, we can take like a long rest and not be tired when we go out. If we like jump overboard in the night.
Sounds good.
Agreed.
What should I prepare for today?
All right, so you guys can make your way into the 2 rooms that have been set aside for you guys here in the longhouse.
Well, we were gonna go to our boat. We told them we were sleeping on the boat.
Oh, yeah, you guys can do that easily enough.
Yep, and we are going to relay to Fumamu Tanke Oh my god, I cannot remember the name of our Luth, our amazing goblin friend.
I thought you took notes.
I
My
did.
goblin buddy.
Ooh.
He's a pirate. He's not our buddy.
He's my bestie. Leave me alone. Leave us alone. I'm gonna braid my hair tonight.
And yeah, we're gonna sort of bring them up to speed. We should probably leave them a bit of money because 3 people sailing a ship is a little skeleton crewy. I mean, we're already kind of skeleton crewy ourselves, but they should probably be able to hire crew when they get to where they're going.
Yeah.
Just because I figure that they might need it in our absence, but yeah, they're absolutely coming to pick us back up.
So back to the ship.
Yes.
All right, you make your way back down towards the docks, and along the way, as you are moving in through the town, you are bumped into by this sort of cloaked figure, and a voice underneath you recognize as Sea King Frannis, and you just hear a need to talk, meet in the cove around the bay. 2 hours. Ken?
Insight?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, I want to do that as well.
Did we all hear that?
You all heard it. Nithdoris, what you get out of it is fear. This
Can
guy
I
is
get-
terrified.
Okay, so is it he's terrified and coming to us? Like, I assume I'd be able to read whether it's he's terrified and is coming to us to gain assistance, or he's terrified of the fact that he's speaking to us.
The former. He's terrified and seemingly coming towards you for assistance.
Okay, cool.
And then he quickly, wanders off back up towards one of the huts.
Sorry, who got bumped into?
He ran into Nithdoris and Old Silver.
Check your pockets.
I
What's the,
check my pockets.
What's the wildlife situation around here, Patrick? Are there a lot of seagulls or nah?
Nah. They're in the soundtrack here, but yeah, there are a few seabirds, but not a whole lot. I mean, there's always, some birds around, but again, you would associate that with a plentiful, sort of, I want to say biodome, but biome here. And that's another thing that just seems very strange to you.
Yeah, we found that out last week. That I think I asked if there were any birds around, and he said there were none.
Yeah.
And
No
he said
bitch.
to meet in how many hours?
Yeah, in a couple of hours, which will, so it'll be sort of as quickly as the sun goes down here, it'll be late.
Like, is it going to be more than 4 hours?
No, he said 2 hours.
Okay. Just to kind of cover our butts, I will summon my. Since we're going to be resting anyway, I will summon my animal companion, expend a wild shape to do that in the form of a seagull, and tell him to follow the cloaked figure and just kind of keep an eye on him, just in case. Really, I'm just more worried that he's going to be ambushed and killed before we can talk to him. So I'm just kind of like, hey, just follow this guy, watch him. If shit goes down, let me know.
All right, yeah, and your bird squawks and flies off after him.
It's immediately captured by the townsfolk and roasted.
We'll also warn warn them about the townsfolk. Right, yes.
Give me a stealth check.
For the birdie?
Yep.
Fail,
Birdie,
fail,
birdie,
fail,
birdie,
fail,
birdie,
fail,
birdie.
fail, fail, fail.
Gotta find them. There we go.
Don't let it fail.
I want to see this fail.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, you notice. I mean, it notices a few people sort of, watching it and eyeing it warily, but, it stays to rooftops and keeps out of the way for the most part. And so you guys are able to get in your jolly boat, row back to your own ship. And you can see that one of the rafts in the area had been outfitted and filled with whatever supplies your crew had asked for and had already been brought out. And as you arrive back, the three of them are sort of putting stuff away, and they all sort of eye you anxiously as you arrive and take your instructions to meet. And they will each sort of ask what else they can do, or do you want them to leave now or wait until you return and we make a good show of leaving in the morning?
Do
Probably
we
that
expect... I was going to say, do we expect to come back after our little scouting foray tonight?
No. There is no reason. The cloaked figure wishes to speak with us. Afterwards, we can leave very early in the morning. Slip
Okay.
into the water. And
Sounds
try
good.
to find the Squid Man.
All right. And they will, sort of take out the map of the purple rocks that you have. And so you guys know you are currently here. And, your crew sort of wants to know where they should, meet afterwards. And if you guys are going to the southern end of the Isle of Trisk, or, are you going to swim the entire way, or are you going to, try and cross by land?
Montauk is going to suggest that as soon as we get to an opportune spot, we slip into the water, walk a couple of miles north, and then make landfall. And then go over land, because land is probably going to be quicker, especially if it's mountainous terrain. Montauk could probably lead the party through that sort of terrain much faster than he could underwater. And then, fortunately, when we get to the north end of Utherall, we might have to cross that channel on foot. Yeah. So, if I was to say, meet us anywhere, that's a village. That's probably not good. What's this drawing? Who's doing it?
That appears to be Ian.
Yep.
Appears to be Nabil.
Nabil.
Colorblind.
That's
Nabil,
why
are
you
you...
can't trust the colorblind. They'll
Yeah.
accuse you.
Nabil, are you talking right now?
No.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were trying to narrate something.
No. I'm just following you. Sorry,
Yeah.
I
I'm
never
gonna
mind. I thought I was off.
I'm going to suggest somewhere around the northern tip of this island, but that's something that the more nautical amongst us will have to.
Are we? Let's be clear about, because I missed where we started. Are we starting on Trisk or Utherall?
Utherall.
You are currently on Utherall, where it is surrounded in pink.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a long way to go here.
Well, what's the scale? I don't see a...
It's a few miles. I mean, basically, the channel between the two islands is about 10 miles.
I would like to use the dash action to get to here.
All right, get there in one turn. Awesome.
It would be about 2 days to cross On the mountains, maybe 3, depending on how harsh the terrain is. But it's not. You don't think it would be difficult to swim across the channel?
Okay.
Especially since we're really good at swimming.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys have no issues with that. I mean, you also know you could basically walk across the bottom of the ocean floor as you've previously done.
What were you saying, Nabil?
Nabil?
No, sorry. I was just asking, Patrick. You said it'll take 2-3 days if we go through the mountains in Uttaral.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mountains
Yeah,
are
that's what Montauk would generally assume.
Okay, okay.
how
I initially
long-
thought he was saying going from the sides. Okay.
And where are we supposed to meet this guy in 2 hours on the map? Or is
Just
he,
in one of the little rocky
Okay.
sort of coves down over here.
Okay, so we can. We're technically not leaving town if we do this.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
all right.
So that's fine.
I think we do that, and then we decide where we're going to go or how we're going to go there,
Yeah.
because we might completely change our plans upon this meeting.
Yeah. Or this is the festival, and we're all gonna end up in the Wicker Man. It'll be great. So yeah, that's my initial plan, because I suspect that whatever is happening is up on Trisk, the island that no one is allowed to go to. And it's somewhere off the coast or somewhere in those mountains. Probably off the coast if I was a betting man. I'm suggesting that island only because it's somewhat remote. But then again, these guys kind of like met us out, on the sea. So like they're like reasonably skilled sailors, and they can kind of catch interlopers. So I'm not sure if there's like a hidden cove up there that the ship can hide in or what, but it's all I've got right now.
Do we have, do we have knowledge about the other island on Trisk? Any kind of information about Trisk?
No, this is entirely on faith I'm going on, because really, like, we came here, like, we know something is up here. We know that there's activity out here, but we don't know where. Also, we know like this is roughly the physical location of Slarkathel, but we don't know where.
Where? Okay. No, the reason I'm asking is because, while the town south side of Trisk, there's also something on the north. I just saw that, so as Scrappy, would I know that or no?
Nope.
No.
And I mean,
Okay.
on this map, it looks like it's, ruins or something. Like, any of you might have heard sort of whispers about Trisk, but nobody's actually been there. Like, you will never actually find a sailor or anyone who can actually tell you anything about it.
Okay, I want to conduct a little bit of augury, taking into consideration Montauk's plan. If what he suggested would be a right course of action. Or is that going to spell doom for us? So... So is that we? So is that woe or we?
You get the sense of both,
Oh, shit.
which leads you to understand that, of course, it could be the right way, but that could also mean it is great peril to yourselves to go the right way.
I look at Montauk and I just wave my hand back and forth. It's like so and so.
The gods, it seems, are fickle.
I thought the god was Umberlee.
Umberlee is, of course, the sea bitch.
She is the Sea Queen.
I believe the words you're looking for are bitch queen.
No. Queen.
We are both correct.
I thought she was the Seabiscuit.
No. Again, Pavo, we have discussed this in our regular morning hymnals. You keep on mispronouncing some of the words, and that's okay. I understand that Common isn't your first language.
I thought she was. No, she's better known as the Barnacle Butt Bitch Queen.
Oh, Dusty, you're getting close to heresy, sir.
You're already on thin ice with her, Scrappy. I won't feel safe sailing on a ship with you if you insult her any further.
I got my knife out.
I'm surprised Rubel forgot about the accidental, quote-unquote, accidental mutiny. But since she doesn't remember that, I'm not going to go into that.
What accidental mutiny?
Never mind. Scrappy snickers the best he can.
All right, so you guys are able to get a short rest on your ship while you are waiting, and I'm assuming you're going to take a jolly boat into the bay itself, or do you want to try? Is there another means you wish to follow?
A jolly boat could be found. We all have the ability to swim, so would maybe swimming be better? What do you guys think?
Speed's the issue, right?
Speed.
Yeah.
Like, most of us can swim 30 feet, right? Is it just Pavo that's slow?
Well, do I swim
I
at my
thought-
fly speed or at my walk speed?
I think at your walk speed.
I thought Pavo had a set of a cloak,
He has the Mariner's armor, I believe.
Mariner's armor, which gives him a
Walking speed.
walking speed.
No,
So
he's
25.
Yeah. Well, it's not too bad.
Looking at the cap of water breathing, I don't think that gives me a swim speed. I think that just prevents me from drowning.
That is correct.
However, if memory serves, and I need to look this up.
I have an oxygen tank in me you could use.
Why does it come out of the rear end?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
His owners have a sense of, or his creators had a sense of humor.
As long as everyone stays within 10 feet of Scrap Heap, we ignore penalties on movement or attacks while underwater.
Oh, cool. Well, only just. Does that mean Pablo can go at his fly speed underwater if he's near Scrap Heap?
If I'm within 10 feet.
You have to be very close to the water.
But within 10 feet of 5 to 10 feet of the water.
Okay, we have a plan. Montauk will take Scrap Heap up on his back, piggyback style, and then everybody will just sort of.
Yeah, so that doesn't give you a swim speed, but it means you could walk underwater at regular pace.
All right,
Perfect.
That's good enough.
All right. So we could walk to this cove, or run to this cove. Light jog. Or we could take a boat. I would rather do this stealthily, so let's do this underwater.
And that's where Ishka comes in. We're gonna need that stealth.
No lights.
Alrighty. So that means everyone's got to be within 30 feet of me.
Yep. I mean, we're gonna be very, very huddled over here.
All right. We have a plan. Let's go to the cove. Nobody cast light on anything.
Pavo.
So we're casting light?
Oh, god damn it.
We're casting light on Pavo, and we're sending him on a flying tour of the island.
That
No,
would
we'll just
distract
have him
everyone.
fly to Trisk and fly back and let the people in Uthrall do what they want.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, Ishka, at this time, your bird companion lets you know that this person is on the move again. Give me a perception check from them, please.
Okay.
Your seagull says
course, I
that guy's
closed
on the
his
move again. Oh, was I not the bird
perception.
companion?
Not this time. All right.
Passive perception of 14, if that helps. Or affects anything.
Your bird, points out that he is headed towards this cove and does let you know that there are people following at a distance.
Alright, so we gotta move. Like, we'll all just kind of be sitting there talking, and then Ishka will just, like, perk up, get this kind of, like, far away look in her eye, cock her head, and just kind of, like, snap back to it, and she'll be like, the king is heading to the cove, and he's being followed. We need to leave now.
Okay, so you've just been informed of this. You haven't seen what they look like?
I can communicate with him again and get a description. What does the bird say? Just humans, or?
I'd want to know if it looks like he's being followed, or if it looks like if it looks like they have hostile intent towards him, or if it's hostile, or if it's like a protective intent.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's hostile, and I don't think the bird would be able to identify that. But I specifically said that if the figure was being followed, if anything happened to the figure, then the bird was to let me know, and he's being followed.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's slip into this nasty ass harbor water and let's go.
All right, and the water is frigid and freezing and black. And Ishka, you do get a strange taste from it. It is not sort of acidic or poisonous necessarily, but oily. Like, you just get the subtlest, tiniest sense of oily in this water, which is not good.
Mm-hmm. We can. Is that telepathic thing still up?
Well, I would have
if you
re-upped it
recast
before we
it.
left because it's a ritual, so it's not hard for me to recast it.
Yeah.
Okay, I would have relayed that hey, just a heads up, like the water's tasting kind of oily, so if that like jogs anyone's brain, and just kind of keep that at the back of everyone's head. Oily water.
How is Montauk breathing with the Kappa water breathing? Is it through his nose? Like it's through his nose and mouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it says it gives you gills.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, does the cap like just automatically oxygenate the blood? Or like, am I holding my breath down there, or am I just like?
No, you can
sucking in
breathe.
lungfuls
You
of
breathe
water?
normally. Yeah, you breathe normally. It just doesn't bother you that you're underwater.
Okay. Montauk will take out a piece of cloth from his rucksack and tie it around his nose and mouth.
Oh, it actually creates a bubble of air around your head.
Oh, even better.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And, as you make your way, out of the waves, you see the king sort of on shore, and you see a small rowboat with, a Rocklander in it who, sort of looks at you quizzically as you sort of walk out of the water. And, the king makes his way over and hails you.
All right. Montauk's going to start walking around to this side, aiming towards this cliff here.
All right. And as you, make your way around the water, Frannis will sort of lower his cloak and just say, "We are well met, friends. I am leaving the island. May I have passage on your boat?"
There's nothing over the telekinetic thing, or telepathic thing. I mean, there's nothing stopping us from taking him, right?
We should trade passage for information.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Sir, Seeking Tentrix. Not Tentrix, Francis. Francis.
Franis.
Look, you've given us 2 Sea Kings now, at least.
One is the Pirate King.
Francis. We could be persuaded to allow you passage, but we would need information in exchange.
What you will know. Look, my castle has strange beings in it. The king of the trackless depths, dead. Some aberrant force has killed Slarkathel.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Whatever killed him transformed my sister into one of their kind, loathsome, tentacle-faced monster.
Oh shit! Somebody killed one of the Chosen?
Does anyone have minor illusion that they can create a small illusion of this so we can confirm what we think that has been happening here?
Pavo, do you have that?
I do with the. If I can do the minor illusion with my musical instrument, I believe I picked up that one somewhere. Where is it?
Then
Give me a perception check,
mean,
Montauk.
Yep.
Me as well, since I'm also keeping an eye out.
Yep, and I mean, your bird also lets you know that you just hear it squawk, so you know it is nearby.
And that's my attempt to. What am I trying to do? Recreate Slarkathel or?
No.
Mind flare.
You're creating a mind flare, not a full-size one, just a small one, and so we can confirm, does it look like this?
And Franis nods and just says, "You saw it. Where's Black in my castle? It was my sister." And at this point, Montauk and Ishka, you see crashing out of, the sort of sides, a couple of groups.
Into the boat now. He'll sort of shout that at Franis.
All right. And Franis will move towards the boat, and this figure in black, you can see Franis kind of sort of stop and sort of turn and stare at it, and you see him raise his finger and start yelling to him. And it's clear these two seem to be having some sort of angry conversation. And as that is happening, you see the rest of these, large Rocklanders, axes out, start moving in. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
So I had noted in the comments that I had called lightning at the ready in case anything pops up. So as soon as
that'll go off once you enter into initiative.
Okay.
I know you can't hold spells pre-initiative, unfortunately.
Cool.
Well, you can.
Alright.
You just have to really, really be holding it.
It uses a spell slot every 6 seconds.
Well, no,
All
it uses the same spell slot as long as you're holding concentration for it, doesn't it? No, you're right. Yeah, you have to expend another spell slot if you don't cast it. Yeah.
Yeah, it really only works with cantrips.
Or if you know a trigger is going to happen, like I'm going to wait for the door to open to cast Fireball.
Lousy game balance.
Ooh, my initiatives are back.
I'm still hitting crap for the third time this week.
Doesn't matter. First up is Pavo.
And we can see Tentacle Girl there.
Yes, you can see this creature in black. Yes.
Alright, and that's a forest up there?
It's low scrubland, not really forest. There's not many trees on this island. It is a rocky, lightly scrubbed sort of mountainous landscape.
Well, let's just do this then. Are there any large bushes or rocks around her?
No, there's only the smaller little ones on the map that you can see.
Those are pretty big, right? Like that?
They're moderate. I mean, yeah, they're not full-size trees, but they are bushes. What do you got in mind?
Well, I was gonna use animated objects and have the trees kind of push her down that embankment. And if she's near enough something that I can animate, I will split the difference between the two of them. I decided to make this complicated for you.
Well, if you animate a bush, it doesn't move because it's grounded, so it doesn't have a movement speed.
That's why I was asked about logs. I guess I could do rocks.
Seashells.
You can
Seashells.
see some small sort of rocks, and yeah, I'll say there are seashells and things like that on the shore.
Driftwood. So I can do basically 10 objects if they're
10 tiny
small.
objects. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be seashells.
Medium targets count as 2 objects, large targets count as 4 objects, and huge count as 8. And I'm looking for the biggest thing possible.
Then I would say it would be one of these. You could probably get. These rocks would be counted as large. You could get 2 large rocks.
Alright, and then a couple seashells. So, oh here, how about I just put this into... Why can't... Oh, there we go.
This land is strange. The rocks dance on the beach.
Rock, 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 rock.
And they say their own name. Montauk does not agree with this.
Gotta catch them all.
Alright, can they move on the same turn? I don't think this says they can.
Your you would have to have your bonus action free still, which I believe you do.
Yeah, I haven't used my bonus action yet.
You still have 2 objects left, right?
2 tiny objects, or I think 1 medium object. So if that middle rock is medium,
Yep, you can do that.
and I'll start them rolling at their closest.
That actually all fits really nicely.
All right,
Yeah.
so you can
They weren't expecting this.
roll that one towards that guy.
Almost
Closest
all
is
rock
that
and
guy.
roll.
That
Somewhere
one.
you hear a rock gnome just curse you.
I like how
Roll their
Rue just
attacks.
rolled.
Okay, so their attacks are a plus. Oh, sorry, it's plus 6 to hit, right?
Yep.
And then the medium one is. I think a plus
Medium is
8.
+5.
Plus 5. Okay. Jesus.
Yikes.
The second large one and the medium one do hit.
And are these guys carrying ranged weapons, or they all have axes?
As far as you can see, axes at this point, but you're not 100% sure.
I'm just gonna back up and go up about 20 feet for my movement, and I'm done.
All right. What's the damage?
Oh shit! Did it actually hit?
2 of them hit.
One large and 1 medium hit.
2d10 plus 2 for the large, and 2d6 plus 1 for the medium.
So okay, so 2d6.
Plus 1 for the medium.
All right, and it was in the
2d10
2d10.
plus 2.
No, that's for huge. It's 2d6 for large, 1d8 for medium.
No, huge does 2d12 plus 4, large does 2d10 plus 2. I'm looking at the chart on the actual entry.
No, he's got it actually pulled up. Large is 2d6 plus 1. Medium is 1d8 plus 2.
Yeah. All right, so
No, small. Like I'm looking at a chart that's. If you look up the compendium, the chart is way more clear about what things are supposed to be. It's really bad in the chat version.
Yeah, so, yeah. Animate objects is
Everybody
very...
It was Hollis's favorite spell, and he used it exactly twice.
Yeah, everybody's cutting out.
Well, that's on your end, Ian.
All right. Yep. Large is 2d10 plus 2. Medium is 2d6 plus 1.
Which is what he rolled.
Yeah, so
Bad connection.
9 and 11.
Music's fine, though.
All right. Rubel, you
Now I
you-
can hear you.
go for it, Stephanie, since you actually rolled in at a 22.
Thank you. Sorry, I was in the bathroom. I will just do a Sacred Flame on what? Yeah, that one right there. That just had the square around it. That's
didn't see
near.
that, sorry.
It's near Ishka. 1 sec.
I would like to point out that if you hover your mouse over someone in the turn order tracker, it puts a square around that token, so that only happens on your screen stuff.
Oh, I see what I did because it's right next to my tracker. Nice. But this
All right. Sounds good.
1 sec, just rolling.
That is a natural 20 for a 21.
Doesn't succeed.
Your DC is 21?
No. I don't succeed.
Yeah, you do
DC
not
is 16.
succeed.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. All right, any movement, any bonus action?
I think I'm going to go like here and just try and get out of the way because I know how these fights have been going on lately and I don't want to die. I'm your heal bot.
All right. Takes us to Old Silver.
Old Silver is going to think out to everyone, get near Scrap Heap. Remember, they try and grab you. And Old Silver's going to go here, underneath Pavo. And this one over here, are we aware that it is presumably a Mind Flayer, right?
Yes.
All right. I would like to delete it, if possible. So hopefully we have a short rest before we fight another Mind Flayer. I'm gonna do my thing, Fighting Spirit, and I'm going to take 2 sharpshooter shots at it. That is an 18 and a 24.
Both hit.
For a total of a lot of damage. 48 damage.
48 damage. Yeah.
Dear God.
I'm assuming it's still up.
It is.
Alright, we're gonna try that again. We're gonna action surge. That is a 19 and a 23.
Both hit.
For a lot more damage.
44.
44. 44 and 48. Holy jeez.
All right. Yeah, your arrows all strike true. This creature recoils, still standing.
Jesus Christ. Alright, that's gonna be it for Old Silver.
No movement?
I moved to be within 10 feet of Scrap Heap.
All right. It is the Berserkers. This one is going to charge you, Silver. This one will charge Ishka.
Ishka, why's your health that low?
Okay. Ooh, Tara, your line is really, really low.
Yeah.
Ooh, everyone's gone robot for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a question, because I've been reading over animate objects with
Yeah,
the
reset
link
the
that
right.
No,
you
all of a
sent,
sudden-
Brendan. What was the actual order that was given to the objects?
Attack, I believe.
Somebody say something.
Something.
Yo,
Yo,
mama.
mama.
Nope, still robot.
That was a very fast router reset.
You didn't
Okay,
reset the
never-
router. It's just all of a sudden on my end, you guys stopped being robots.
Yeah, I keep saying it did that to me too. Now it's robot on my end.
Can you hear
I have
Bofa?
no idea what's going on.
I'm afraid to ask, what's a Botha?
Both of these nuts?
Oh my god. Fuck you.
It's terrible. I was hoping Ian would answer that one.
Scrap Heap takes 5 psychic damage. The,
It's one of those things. Is